Hi Mrs Mitchell's group, just 2 more lessons left and then you can start your 7-week summer holiday. We're going to have a look at equivalent fractions again, but this time using number lines to help us. So the first one is a number line from 0 to 1 and I've split it in half. So this is a half and this is a half. I'm going to label it 1/2. This time I've got a number line and I've got 0 at the end and 1 at the other end still. But what is it jumping up in? How many jumps are there between 0 and 1? There are 4 jumps. So what is each fraction? It's going up in quarters. So that's 1/4. What's this one? It's 2/4. And what's this one? It's 3/4. This is 4/4, but we tend to just say 1/1. The numerator and the denominator are the same, so it's a whole one. We can see here that 1/2 is equivalent to 2/4. Have a look at this one. So we've got a number line split up into quarters again, 4 jumps. Where would we find 2/8 on a number line? What we've got to do is draw a number line the same size as this one, but this time split it into 8 equal sections, 8 parts. It's going to be jumping up in eighths this time, and we need to look at 2/8. We've got a bar model. I'm going to split this into 8 equal sections. So that's 4. If I split them in half again, I'm going to have 8 equal sections. So this is 0 and this is a whole one. Can you count with me? 1/8, 2/8. Let's keep counting. 3/8, 4/8, 5/8. 6/8, 7/8, 8/8. So again we can see that 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8. Can you see any other equivalent fractions comparing the number line with the bar model? What is 2/4 equivalent to? So it's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. What's 3/4 equivalent to? 6/8, isn't it? Now let's have a look at 5/20 and 3/12 on the number line. So to compare 5/20 with quarters, I've split my bar into 20 equal sections and I want to have a look at 5 of them. So look, this is the end of my 5/20. 5/20 is equivalent to what? It's 1/4, isn't it? Use the bar model and the number line to write down some more equivalent fractions. Pause the video while you do it. So 2/4 is equivalent to what? All of these, so it's 10/20. 3/4 is equivalent to what? All of these, so it's 15/20. And a whole one is equivalent to what? All of these, so it's 20/20. We've done the same for 3/12, so the bar models are the same size as the number line. This is 0, this is a whole one. We've got 12 equal sections and we want 3 of them. So 1/4 is equivalent to 3/12. Can you pause the video and write down some more equivalent fractions? 2/4 is equivalent to 6/12 and also 10/20. 3/4 is equivalent to 9/12 or 15/20. and a whole one is equivalent to 12 twelfths and 20 twentieths. Now see if you can fill in this missing number challenge. 1/4 is the same as what? How many eighths? 3 over what is equivalent to 1/4 and this number of eighths? And what over 20 is equivalent to 1/4? If you're not sure, remember what I said yesterday about multiplying. So, if we're just going to have a look at these two, whatever you multiply the denominator by, you must multiply the numerator by, and vice versa. So 4 multiplied by what equals 8? It's 2, isn't it? So you must multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. Now I'm not going to multiply 2 by something to get 3 because that's a little bit tricky, but I can start with the 1 again. So 1 multiplied by what makes 3? It's 3, so multiply the 4 by the same number. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. Starting with the original one. 4 multiplied by what makes 20? It's multiplied by 5. So 1 multiplied by 5 makes 5. And then for this one, it can be anything that you want as long as it's equivalent to all of these. So start with the 1 or the 4, multiply it by any number that you want, and multiply the denominator by the same number, and you'll get a fraction that's equivalent. Pause the video while you try to write a few down. So if I had a 6 here, I'd have 24, because I've multiplied the 1 by 6 to get 6, and the 4 by 6 to get 24. If I had a 7 as my numerator, so I've multiplied the 1 by 7, I would have 28 at the bottom, because 4 times 7 equals 28. I could have a 10 at the top, so 1 multiplied by 10 is 10, so 4 multiplied by 10 is 40, and there's lots more that you could get as well. This man says, I think that 2/3 is equivalent to 8 twelfths. He's drawn two number lines, one from 0 to 1, the other one from 0 to 1. So you need to show where 2/3 is on here and show where 8 twelfths is on here. Pause the video while you do it. Okay, so to find 2/3, I need to split my number line into 3 equal parts. This is 1/3, and this is 2/3, because my whole one is 3/3. And now twelfths. If I split it in half, I'm going to get half of that, so that's 6 twelfths. Split it in half again. Split it in half again. It's 3 twelfths. 9 twelfths. 1 twelfth, 2 twelfths, 3 twelfths, 4 twelfths, 5 twelfths, 6 twelfths, 7 twelfths, 8 twelfths, 9 twelfths, 10 twelfths, 11 twelfths, 12 twelfths. So is 2/3 equivalent to 8 twelfths? Let's follow the line down. It looks like it is from my drawing. Let's do some more multiplying and check. What do we multiply the 3 by to get 12? We multiply it by 4. So if we multiply the numerator by the same number, what do we get? 2 times 4 is 8, so that means that they are equivalent. Oh, I'd already made them. So checking a little bit more accurately. 2/3, 8 twelfths, and they work. This lady says, I think that 3/5 is equivalent to 5/7. What do you think? pause the video while you work it out. Okay, so I can put these on. So the first one is split into 5 parts. The second one is split into 7 parts. Now pause it again and see what you think. Okay, so these are fifths. So this is 3/5. And these are sevenths. This is 5/7. So here we can see that they are not equivalent because one is not in line with the other. This is now your last slide of the day. A is equivalent to 1/3. C is equivalent to 5/6. B is halfway between A and C. So what is the value of B? What fraction is B equivalent to? Could you draw a number line that's split up into thirds between 0 and 1, a number line that's split into sixths between 0 and 1, find a third, find 5/6, and see what's in between them. B is halfway between them. Pause the video while you try to solve it. So look, I've got my number line split into thirds. So this is 1/3. So this is A. C is equivalent to 5/6. So here my number line is split into sixths. This is 5/6. So this is C. So 1/3, 5/6. B is halfway between A and C. So I've got to put them on the same number line really. If I now put them on this number line, I've got A there and I've got C here. So what I've actually done now is I've had to put 12ths on my number line. I need to work out what halfway is between A and C. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps between them. What's half of 6 jumps? It's 3 jumps, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. So what is the value of this? Well, we've got 12ths now. How many 12ths is this? One 12th, 2 12ths, 3 12ths, 4 12ths, 5 12ths, 6 12ths, 7 12ths. So B is equivalent to 7 12ths. Well done. We'll see you tomorrow for your final math lesson.